The purpose of this presentation is to understand how to write suitable qualitative and quantitative research questions. Your research question or questions are what you will use to explore and write about existing literature on your research topic, and to identify the type of research method, design, and tools you will use for collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and discussing your research findings. Before we get into how to write a suitable research question, we must first begin with identifying how to select a research topic. Think about a problem in your academic discipline, industry, workplace, or career that you want to solve. Choose a research topic based on a defined problem. Develop a concise problem statement that starts off by saying the problem is. To identify a research topic, you must be ready and willing to challenge previously held beliefs. In other words, you have to investigate your research topic by using critical thinking, analysis, and evaluation skills. Here is how you can get started with this process. Brainstorm ideas from your readings and reflections on existing research. Think outside your academic discipline and training by questioning assumptions. Partner with someone who is not in your area of study. Ask many why questions to yourself and to your partner who is not in your area of study. Talk about it. Use drawings or graphics to visualize concepts. Think of research ideas you are interested in. Approaching your research problem involves the following three actions: isolate and give structure, magnify the problem, search for theory. When you have identified a research problem, make sure you spend time drilling down into what is causing the problem. You do not want to focus on the problem symptoms. Instead, focus on what is actually causing the problem to occur. Use this technique to approach your problem so that you can isolate, structure, and magnify the research problem you want to write about. The final step in approaching your research problem is to apply one or more relevant theories. This is done by conducting a complete review of the existing literature on your research problem. The three types of theory development include new theory about something already explained, theory about a known phenomenon but not about the details, anomalies to existing research. You can use the foundational theories and concepts you learned from textbooks and core classes taken. When you synthesize research in your literature review, then an original idea or conceptual theory will emerge that can be used to provide a roadmap for future research. This theory has a known phenomenon, but not all the details are there because this type of theory paves the way for future research. Anomalies to existing research can open up new doors and cast doubt on previous research. To use this development or this theory development, you are contradicting existing research by providing a viable alternative to what is accepted as the status quo. This theory development approach will more likely be noticed because it is more pronounced. The reason is because it falsifies an established truth. This level of theory development is not a small undertaking because it takes time to synthesize existing literature on your research topic. You need to be able to compare and contrast claims and look for pros and cons about the claims. As a new researcher, you may choose to use the existing theories that have been tested and cited in many sources throughout the years. This is fine to do. Just know that you can also make meaningful contributions in your research field and career by presenting new theories to challenge old theories. Theories are meant to be questioned and expounded upon with new research findings. Contributing to the body of knowledge opens the door for new discoveries and solving problems within your discipline and industry. Your research question is determined by the problem you want to research. For example, are you trying to compare certain variables, or are you trying to find a relationship between two variables? To write a suitable research quantitative question, there must be an independent and dependent variable for descriptive, comparative, and relationship-based research questions. There must also be a starting phrase where you write descriptive, comparative, and relationship-based questions. The following are examples of phrases to use for 2, 3, or more variables for comparative research questions. I will let you read them to yourself. Notice the starting phrase and the independent and dependent variables. The research questions on the previous slide uses the following 5 steps for writing comparative research questions. You started off with choosing a starting phrase. You identified the name and the dependent variable. You identified the groups that you are interested in. You identified the appropriate adjoining text, and you wrote about the comparative research question. There must be a specific starting phrase for research questions you want to find the relationship between. I will let you read them to yourself. Notice the starting phrase, independent and dependent variables. You will notice that the following 6 steps for writing relationship-based questions is similar to the 6 steps for writing comparative-based questions. We have examined comparative and relationship-based research questions. Another type of quantitative research question is called descriptive. Descriptive research questions use the following starting phrases, such as how many, how often, how frequently, how much, what percentage, what proportion, to what extent, what is, and what are. Note the web page links to access examples of descriptive research questions and different types of variables. The reasons why researchers use the qualitative research method is because they want to explore, describe, and interpret a specific phenomenon and seeks to answer the how, what, and why questions. The following are examples of qualitative research questions. I will let you read them to yourself. This concludes the presentation on a student guide to writing research questions. I have provided the references I used in preparing this presentation and additional references that you can explore for additional study. You are welcome to reach out to me with questions. Thank you.